Good morning. So I decided to wake up and literally get my camera and make a video, and as usual with no intention of exactly what I wanted to speak of, but I guess most importantly for me, I just want to discuss what's been occurring in my life and what I've been noticing and observing in my life and others more frequently. And this has been going on for months, but it's been profoundly relevant ever since I decided to leave Vancouver and go without any obligations or any rules for my life, really. And I'm sorry if the birds are really loud, but I hope I'm talking loud enough for you all to hear. But anyways, I just want to talk about, I don't know if it's necessarily the synchronicity of life or the manifestation or the law of attraction. It's all just kind of one thing right now. And this video is mainly going to be me talking about exact experiences that I've had that portray this. So, for instance, yesterday I was talking to my sister-in-law and my mom about how I've been talking about it kind of briefly, but I've been really wanting to find a job up north trimming. And I was like, it'd be so amazing if I could be in Humboldt or like Arcata, because my brother lived there and I loved it there. And about 5 minutes later, this girl that I met in Idaho, everyone I met in Idaho is freaking trippy and like, they're like angels. But she wrote me, and we've never talked before, and then she said, she was like, hey, my friend has a job offer in Arcata for trimming, $20 an hour, and I was freaking out, because it was like 5 minutes before, I was literally just saying this is exactly what I wanted to do, and even if it doesn't work out, it's just the fact that the universe is listening and presents exactly what you need or want. I guess I can't say need, it's what I wanted, and I don't know if I'll get it, but that's not important for this topic right now. So I have little events that keep occurring like that in my life where I vocalize something into the universe, and literally the maximum, within a day, it comes to me in many forms, and it's starting to like really make me question this existence and my power and how I used to think I was so powerless, and now all of a sudden I'm like creating all of these things to come in my life. And also, like, there was one day I was again talking to my dad about a job, and out of nowhere my uncle's girlfriend writes me and she says, hey, in September, October, November my parents are leaving and they need a house sitter, and it's rent free, it's in Vancouver. And it's funny because that's when I'm getting, like, that's when I can't be in the country anymore, is the end of August, and I needed to go somewhere September, October, November, and it was just insane because I was like, that's exactly what I was looking for. And then another situation, they just keep piling up, but another situation was, oh, there's a little beetle. Oh. My friend that I never ever talked to, who also went to China to be a teacher, she wrote me and sent me this message where it said that they're looking for teachers, and if you've been before, that they'll pay for everything, the flight, and it's all for free. And even though I wasn't going, I considered it, I was open to this idea, but even though it wasn't my path and everything, it was just insane to see that the universe keeps handing me things. And I mean, I'm telling you, there are so many situations that I can't necessarily remember, but it's just like, once you're in this type of awareness and this type of feeling that the universe will provide, I have nothing to worry about, I will be taken care of. Once you surrender and have faith, it's like you're getting pulled. You're in a tractor beam and you're getting pulled into this source consciousness, and you're just, like I said, it's just pure security and protection in a way that you wouldn't really imagine it to be. And I'll tell you one more experience I had. I was driving at the very beginning of my road trip. I had no plan where to go or anything, and I remember one day, I thought this was total freedom and bliss, not having anywhere to go or anything like that. But I broke down. I was like outside of a McDonald's parking lot, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know where to go next. And I was just full of confusion. And then I started to pray, and because I was like, all of a sudden I saw, this caused it because I saw a picture of Slab City, and I was like, dang, I really want to go to Slab City, but it was super far away from me. And I was like, should I go there? Is that the place to be? And all of this stuff. And then I started to pray, and then all of a sudden, Spirit told me, stick with your original plan. Obviously in a more eloquent way, but I was like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, I guess I did plan to go make it all the way to Moab in Utah. And the plan was, within the next few days, I had to go through Boise. And all of a sudden, that night, I ended up hearing from an old friend of mine that I met in Slab City. So it's all correlated, it's just not the way I thought. So I met in Slab City, and he was just like, oh, so I'm in Boise, Idaho doing some very spiritual work right now with my partner. And he pretty much at the end of it said, like, if you're ever near Boise, come stop by. And I was like, that's hilarious, because I had to go through Boise. And I pretty much go there, and the whole experience was completely mystical. The first day I got there was a double rainbow. The last day I left was a double rainbow. But that's irrelevant. And I experienced what it is to be, like, I felt like in a different dimension there. It was constant healing, constant shedding, like, and there was so much fear in me a lot of the time. And all of these old conditioning beliefs in me about people, and I had to sit with myself and say, do you think God would really put you in danger? Do you think you would manifest yourself to be at this like level in a place of complete danger? And I just had to, because it was a fear-based thought. I was in such a fear-based thought, and I was like, well, is this is this my vibration? Is this my consciousness? And I was like, no, I'm not here anymore. So there came a point where I chose to be love and have thoughts of trust and faith, and all of a sudden the whole experience started to shift, and it all started to serve me in the best way possible. And I met such amazing people, and just by me following my intuition and my heart was sticking on this path and being open. And I wish I could go into detail with what happened, but it's so sacred there that I will never be able to describe what God or universe or creator presented all of us in Idaho in that home. But that's just by me being open and knowing and trusting that I will be taken care of. And then I remember afterwards I didn't know where to go either, and I thought I had learned my lesson of like trust and faith, and I realized that even if we go through all of these lessons and we think we have learned, we still have to go through our life and apply that, and it's even more difficult than before because we have this new set of consciousness testing us and saying, hey, like, did you really grasp it? Are you really ready to move past this cycle? And I think someone's home. Dang it. But anyway, so I ended up thinking that I needed to be in Sedona for a few days, which I camped between Flagstaff and Sedona, and thinking that I was going to meet someone or something spiritual would happen. And the spiritualness was just me being alone. Dang it, I really... But then I realized that it all comes in many, many ways, and so I was like, the day where I was like, okay, I need to stay in Sedona one more day, I was like driving, and then I was like, no, I need to go to Pine Top, and then all of a sudden, my turn off to Flagstaff versus Pine Top, it was like a quick minute decision. I was like, nope, I gotta go home, I gotta see my dad, we have some work to do, and the blessing was there. But the healing and the blessing was following my intuition and going to see family and working with family to heal. And I know this video is going in so many directions, but honestly, I'm at a point where you just have to be open. You have to follow your intuition, and because you are your master, your teacher, and everyone else in your life is your guru, and you are being led to exactly where you need to be. And you must have, I know it's so silly and I always disbelieve this, but you must have faith and in the knowing that you are always being led to where you need to be. And it's so simple, yet it seems so complex to us. But I promise you, once you're open and you can embrace this, you will see that your life starts to expand and things will just start pouring in, like opportunities and meeting amazing people and healing opportunities, and the way you approach family will change too. You'll start to see yourself and you won't blame people, and you'll see it all, like I said, as an opportunity for growth and forgiveness for yourself and others. But I guess this is all I wanted to focus on for this topic. Thanks for listening, and I'll probably do more videos another time.